Hey guys, Neomis here. Now for today's video, we're going to talk about Saturday's game, Arsenal versus West Ham. I'll be giving you my prediction, and my prediction is 2-1. And I'll be talking about my reasons why or not. But until then, please do remember, continue to subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below and like the video. Thumbs up, hit the thumbs up. It does help the channel out on the YouTube algorithm. Now, let's get started. So let's talk about Arsenal West Ham, first game of the season at home, but second Premier League game. And I thought, let's do a prediction. It's a bit of a London derby with Arsenal West Ham, and it is going to be an interesting one. Now, we all know that West Ham are probably a side that's going through transition right now, and they do need a lot of work in terms of getting their starting 11 up to par. And up to a level where it's at a decent Premier League standard. I think that West Ham are going to be that side. Unfortunately, are going to be at risk for relegation in a kind of relegation battle. I think they'll be fine overall, but they're going to be teetering around that bottom half of the table. And they just probably got to get a lot of signings sorted out. Now, for Arsenal, on the other hand, I think we're very close to having a finished starting 11. Once we get Thomas Partey in, I will be ecstatic, and if we could get Aouar in as well, that would be even better. But right now, let's talk about the Arsenal and what Arsenal have in store for West Ham and what potentially are the big threats. Big threats for me really probably has to be their strikers. Now, I know, Gabriel had a fantastic game against Fulham in the first game of the season. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But we have to be in mind that I think that West Ham are a better side than Fulham. So this will be a little bit of a bigger test for the Arsenal defence. I still think that Arsenal are better overall, but we cannot be there and misjudge Haller and, more importantly, Mikel Antonio, who I think is a very good striker, very versatile, can play out wide as well as up front, which he has been playing as a striker for West Ham. Gives them lots of versatility. Reminds me a lot of Arnautovic. The only thing that I would say is I don't think that Mikel Antonio on a technical football level is as good as Arnautovic, and to be honest, I don't think he's that technical at all. But I think that he has the core characteristics that allow him to be successful in the Premier League. Then there's Haller, who still really hasn't found his feet yet. I did rate him a lot when he was in Germany. I thought he played very well with his strike partnership, who's now at Real Madrid. That completely lost my mind in terms of who that is. But he just hasn't found his feet at West Ham, and it's probably not his fault. I mean, the West Ham side right now just aren't built to get the best out of him. But they're still a threat. And you know what? I have seen Arsenal fall asleep before this defence. And you just have to hope that they don't this time. So, I'm talking about a starting 11. Second game of the season. It's been a week since we played. We're going to go with our strongest 11. And this is what it looks like. We're going to have Gabriel in defence. I believe as of right now, David Luiz is back. So I expect David Luiz to be in defence as well in a back three. And then I expect Rob Holding to be in there as well. Again, reprising his role at first team position. Then wing back, I think will be Tierney. I think he'll play left back instead of Saka. I think we're going to stick with Tierney. And right back, I'm probably going to go with Hector Bellerin. I'll go with Hector with this one. And then I am going to go with, in midfield, Dani Ceballos, and I'm going to go with Granit Xhaka. I think those two work really well together. I think Danny gives us a little bit something different on the creative side and allows us to push forward a little bit more, which is what we really need in the midfield rather than El Nene, who El Nene I think had a good game last game. Nothing against El Nene, but I think Dani Ceballos will give us a little bit more. Obviously, we still got Granit Xhaka in the midfield, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And then up front, which I think is probably the easiest front three. Well, maybe not the easiest, but at least the guy going on the left we know is the easiest, and that's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who just signed a new contract. Woo! And then up front, I think it's time to... Because he scored in the last game, unfortunately, it's probably going to have to be Lacazette or Lacazette or Blacazette, whatever name you want to give him a call. I believe in rewarding players that score goals, and Lacazette scored a goal. Let's keep his confidence up. I don't know whether he's going to stay at Arsenal a lot. Who bloody well knows? Anything could fucking happen, to be really honest. But yeah, I think Lacazette will probably start. And then on the right, I think just because he's been that good, it has to be Willian. Has to be Willian playing out wide. I know obviously his future will probably be at number 10. Once Pepe stops being maybe a little lazy in training and works harder, or maybe if Willian has a slow game, then Pepe might start. But yeah, I think that formation with the 3-4-3, with those players that started, and the only really addition that you're having is what, Hector Bellerin and Dani Ceballos, who played with the last 11 games of the season last season. It just makes sense, and I like it. I really do. And even though there are the threats of Antonio and Haller, and I could talk about Declan Rice. I mean, he's not really a goal threat. Yes, he's a good, talented English player, but I think he's okay. There is one player who I talked about a few weeks ago, Felipe Anderson, who I think is a very good player. And I mean, it seems that Arsenal are looking for squad depth, and reason why I don't know why they're looking for another winger, but I think maybe he might be on the list behind our, just in case we don't get him. But Felipe Anderson could be a player to watch out for. The more games that he played, from if you saw that video when I look at the stats, the better he does within the season. So let's see what happens there. I mean, Anderson's definitely one to watch out. I mean, we might see Jack Wilshere if he's still around or if he's not injured. But yeah, it's sure to be a good game. Prediction for the game now. I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory for Arsenal. I know everybody wants a clean sheet, but I think that West Ham are a good side. I think they are a threat. I think they're even more of a threat than Fulham, and they're obviously Premier League experienced. And even though in recent years we've had a good run-in against West Ham, I just want people to understand that we can't take teams lightly. And if we play to our ability, we will win this. I'm talking about a 2-1 prediction, but you know what? It could be more. It could be 3-1 or 4-1. But I'm going to give West Ham a little bit of respect and say it's only going to be 2-1, especially based on the past performances that we've had against them. I think that they are talented, and they have improved their squad significantly. And you know what? They have played better under David Moyes. So I still think it'll be an Arsenal win. I think it's very, very unlikely that we're going to lose this game. But let's hear your thoughts on it. Do you think we're going to win this game? I'm predicting 2-1. What's your prediction? Leave your comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Peace.